Hi kids, Heidi here. Welcome to the Restyle Secrets YouTube channel. I'm a reseller on eBay. I also list things on Poshmark, but I don't actually sell them. I go to thrift stores and sometimes other places and find treasures, mostly clothing, and resell it online to make a profit. I was watching the redheaded reseller. She had a new video a few minutes ago. I was watching it with her bloopers, and that was fun. Her name is Ashley. Check her out. If you want to watch my blooper videos, just go back in the playlist and watch the previous 3. It's all there for you. All bloopers all the time. I have a haul for you today. I had a pretty good cost of goods for this shopping trip. One of my sets of Goodwills gives if you sign up for their reward program, seniors get a 10% discount every time you shop. And then I had received a text coupon for 25% off. So first they take 10% off each item, and then they take 25% off the whole order. And if my math is correct, I think it's about 33% discount. And their items are usually marked, tank tops are $2.99, but tops are $3.99. Pants and blazers are $4.99. Once in a while they'll mark up something, but it's not usually something I'm interested in when they mark it up. So pretty rare though. They're not one who marks up Columbia to $14 or something absurd. So I had a pretty good trip, and I'm going to show you some of the items that I got. If you stick around to the end, I have another tip for you for a category in the thrift store that you should check out. Remember last time I mentioned stitching needlework kits, and this time in my example is something that I bought and sold in less than 24 hours, so I hope you stick around to the end. Okay, I promise to stop yapping, just get through all this stuff really quickly and then you can find out what that is. Don't you hate teasers? So why am I doing it? I promise not to do it again. Okay, first I have a couple of men's sweaters. I found like 5 or 6 quality men's sweaters in a row. So one fellow must have cleaned out his closet. And I picked up these 2. The brand is Principe, made in Italy. And they're basic crew neck sweaters, but a really nice, soft, are they merino? Why can't I remember? They just say 100% wool, but they're both extra large and just a very soft sweater. And they didn't need too much shaving. This one is sage green, and there's another one just like it in this pretty maroon color. I'm going to list those. It's not a brand I'd ever heard of. Again, it's Principe, but I'm going to list them for $35 each. This is Elizabeth collection, and it is also made in Italy. It's got a crazy collar, and it's kind of an ombre with a nice little sleeve. I was very excited about this originally. It's got a little bit of mohair and some wool. It's mostly acrylic, very soft and fuzzy. And I'm going to list it for $30. That collar is not on anybody's trend report, but somebody's going to like it. This is totally trendy, even though it's old. Look at the thick rib sweater. Isn't that great? Big, thick rib cuffs. If the right person got it, it could be oversized. If you bought out of your size range. It's very old J. Crew, and it's a size small. Oh, 100% cotton. I can show you the old J. Crew tag, and we can figure out what decade it's from. But it's cotton, and it's heavy, and somebody's gonna like that because it's so thick and ribbed. Very nice. I'm gonna list that for probably only $20 or $25. I got a jean vest. It's Eddie Bauer, but it's a cute style. Buttons up the front. I'm gonna list that for $20. Probably won't go until springtime, but I liked it. You don't need to see an Eddie Bauer tag, do you? Just in case, there you go. Try not to make offensive finger gestures, but it's challenging. This is Banana Republic with Fine Italian Yarn by Felpucci, because I'm someone who needs to know everything. Once they invented Google, I was just off to the races. I used to have to go to the card catalog at the library and look things up. I'm sorry, Google that if you need to know what a card catalog is. Felpucci is a woolen mill in Italy, and this sweater was made with their yarn. And it's showing up a pretty good color. Kind of that cross between, it's kind of lavender, kind of lilac, not quite purple, not quite pink. Haven't decided how to describe it. It's a rib knit sweater. Very basic and cute. I'm going to list that for $25. This has got a great print on it. I'm sure you could guess the brand by looking at the print. It is Lauren Ralph Lauren. Just a cotton shirt, but what a wonderful print, huh? I'm going to list that for $25. This is another Felpucci Banana Republic sweater. Kind of a wide crew with a little detail down the front, like a little woven in stripy thing. I'm going to list that for $25. Here is an in-progress shaving project. This sweater is Madewell, size large. It's got to be a blend of a bunch of stuff because it's so fuzzy. Nylon, wool, and alpaca. And I have shaved part of it. See how it's supposed to look like a wrap? Oh. And there's one little stitch here holding it closed. I'm thinking about taking another stitch to give it a better appearance when it's photographed. So, try to show you where I've shaved and where I haven't. This side's been shaved, and that side hasn't. I love shaving. I'm going to list this Madewell sweater for $30, once it's beautiful and perfect again. Okay. I was excited to find this, but I don't know how to photograph it. Maybe if I show you this sweater, you'll be able to guess who made it. It's still going on. Super long duster cardigan. Here's the sleeve. Let's all say it together. It's Free People. Where do we go? There we go. Not poof. Don't you hate that? You see something kind of cute and you grab that metal tag and it's poof, gotcha again. Oh, I hate that. So anyway, hard to show. It's got one hook and eye at the waist. And then a big ruffle. Boy, when they said waterfall cardigan, this is the sweater they were talking about. Where's the waterfall? There we go. Oh, for Pete's sake. Anyway, a few of them have sold. Comps are kind of everywhere. I'm going to list this for $50 and see what happens. The other sales were not very recent. I'll probably put it on Poshmark and hope that it doesn't sell there because the fees are higher. But I think that's, if anything, if I can sell anything on Poshmark, it would be something like that. Free People duster cardigan. Next is Rag & Bone. This is a men's mostly cotton shirt. It's almost flannel, but it's not very heavy. So I was sort of shocked at the comps. This exact shirt, I'm going to list it for $50. Some people have gotten anywhere between $35 and $60 for it. That's crazy. But I'll list it for $50, and if it doesn't go, I'll knock it down. Next is Banana Republic Merino Wool. Does not say Felpucci. It's a basic navy. It's got a little scalloped edge there. Kind of pretty. Most of these banana sweaters were only a couple years old, like 16 or 18. Yeah, this one is from 17. So, 3-year-old sweater, that's not bad. It does. I wish I had a mock neck or a basic crew, but would be kind of pretty for work, maybe, once we all get back there. This is REI. No, it's not. It's Mountain Hardware, which you can buy at REI. Mountain Hardware. What's that other brand that when I was first started reselling, I would be like, is this the good one or is this the crappy one? Make a comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. There's another outdoor brand that is not as expensive as Mountain Hardware that has either Mountain or Mountain Warehouse, and they spell the wear like Mountain Hardware spells wear. Mountain Warehouse. I don't get that, but I do get. No, I forgot what the name of this one is. Mountain Hardware. Thank you. It's a cotton plaid hoodie. Buttons up the front. Does it have pockets? No. Great camping or hiking shirt, a second layer. You could put it over a t-shirt. Got pockets. I just thought it was pretty. I'm so desperate for color. Either my next video or the one after that, yes, I'm making plans. Either my next video or the one after that is going to be about starting to source for next season. And I'm looking for good categories, because sweaters and jackets and coats are a higher profit category than most of the things we sell in the summertime. Just basic tops and shorts, the return is not very good. So I've been doing a lot of research on and using eBay sourcing guidance, and I think next time I'm going to have some tips for you, because it won't be very many weeks into January when I'm going to start sourcing for spring and summer. We are all living in the future all the time now, aren't we? What have we got next? Oh, this was disappointing because I thought it was cute, but anyway, it's got this big cowl, buttons. It doesn't actually button. Those are just decorative. It's just a very soft gray sweater with this really wide ribs at the cuff and the hem, and I thought it was very cute. The brand looked amazing. Beretti, made in Italy. And then when I looked it up, it's, what am I going to list this for? $25, and I'll probably get 20. So, not everything made in Italy is a home run, but it's really cute and cozy. Okay, this is interesting. This is another place where I had to go and do research. First, I'll show you the brand. Aclanda, made in Australia. Okay, Aclanda. And then when I show you one part of this sweater, tell me what brand it reminds you of. Right? Coogee on a very calm, repressed day. So when I look up Aclanda, actually they make very colorful sweaters like Coogee does. They just don't charge $600. They only charge $300. So it's like, I can't even say the words bargain and $300 sweater in the same sentence, but similar to Coogee. I don't know which came first, who's knocking off who, but Aclanda, their sweaters do sell. And this is a pretty plain one. They have very colorful ones, but you can definitely see with all those different woven things. This one I'm going to list for $40. Comps for plain ones were anywhere from $20 to $90. For colorful ones, $50 to $150. So it's got a zip at the neck. It's not a quarter zip, but just a little bit of a zip. And so Aclanda, if you see that one, I hope you get a colorful one because they're better than the plain ones. This is Zara. Zara Trafalgar. What does Trafalgar mean? I've been to the UK and I thought Trafalgar, is that like a street somewhere? or a square or a building. So I looked it up because I have to know everything. And I found an interview with someone from the brand. And Trafalgar doesn't mean anything at all. It's just the name of the collection. It's not as nice, meaning as expensive, as Zara Woman or Zara Basic. It's their edgier, well, I don't mean to say it's not as nice. It's their edgier, younger line. This is a jean jacket, a very fitted jean jacket. But it's cute. It snaps rather than buttons. And got a snap on the cuff. So Zara Trafalgar jean jacket, I'm going to list it for $30. Now you know that it doesn't mean anything at all. Here is, this is, can we say cottagecore? This is J. Crew, size 8 white blouse with eyelet and little inset eyelet panels and smocking at the sleeve cuff. So pretty. Put that with your midi skirt and your ugly boots and you'd be all set. I'm going to see what the date on this is. This is from fall of 18, so only 2 years old, which is recent for Heidi and where she shops. There were some, the comps were everywhere from like $10 to 30. All of the ones that went for a low price had terrible pictures. I mean, bad pictures. So my pictures are going to be fabulous. And I have to say thank you to Hope and to Lori. That's Hope of Rex to Riches and Lori's Boston Found, for telling me about the Photo Room app. I was getting pretty good results with PicTapGo and the eBay photo editing built-in thing, but white things were especially hard because it's hard to separate the background from the garment. I will get an amazing picture with all this detail, and I'm going to sell this shirt for $25. This is REI again, and I'm starting to see REI in my area because we got an REI store a couple years ago. People don't just have to order it online. It's an extra large, what I've always called rag sweater, cotton rag. That's R-A-G-G. People call it marled, people call it heathered. And if you look up yarn terms, all rag, marled, and heathered are all different, but it doesn't matter what the right term is if the buyer doesn't care. I'm going to list this for $25. And coming from future me, if I could go there now, boy, would I. Anyway, future me would say, you might just have seen my very first edit because my phone quit because my storage was full. Too much Candy Crush or something, I don't know. $25, is that what I said? And this one was a surprise. I like to sell Ralph Lauren. I pass a lot of it by, of course, but if it's got some feature. Anyway, this is corduroy, button down. And so I thought I would look it up. It's a man's shirt. It's still very black. Cotton black things tend to get faded pretty quickly, and this one is not. So I looked it up, and I was sort of shocked. I'm going to list this for $30. So, if you see corduroy, check it out. Okay, now I have my next category that you should take a quick whiz through. No, whiz, that's not the word I wanted. Stop by this department and look through and just use your experienced eye and your great design aesthetic and see if you can see something that might be worth looking up. You should always look things up. Don't take Heidi's word for it. Go to the linens section. I'm sure you've heard how popular granny square Afghans are. So you might as well look for those as you walk through. If you're not sure what a granny square Afghan looks like when you just see a corner of it, Google it and look at the images, and then you'll go, oh, those, I know what those are. Other things I have found in the textiles linen section are wool blankets. Pendleton is an obvious one, but there are other brands, and the one I found was called a Faribault, Faribo, but it's from the Faribault woolen mills in Faribault, Minnesota, and that Faribault is spelled like the French Faribault. But I think when they came out with their blanket, they thought people, in the olden days wouldn't recognize a French word. So look up Faribault blankets. And I sold a plaid one that was just in pristine condition for $50. Another item I found was I look for novelty print sheets, and the vast majority of the ones I see are junk. But I found one that was white with a boat print on it, and I found the label, and it was Garnet Hill, and I went, ooh. And so I looked up Garnet Hill king-size sheets, and I ended up listing that and selling it within a week for $40. Don't pay much for big things that you can't inspect. A white print sheet, the odds are what that it's going to have a stain on it. So I only paid like $2.49. Brought it home, scrutinized it carefully, laid it out on my bed after washing it and everything, and didn't find any stains. But give a look in the linen department. Here's what I found on my last trip. I had seen somebody who said, you should look for blankets like this. You've all seen them, right? They usually have woodland scenes. But I would think you'd have to be really careful because they sell tons of them at Walmart. I've even seen them at the gas station. To be honest, it was a tourist gas station. But the fellow that I saw had picked one up and it had some woodland scene. And whatever was special about it, he knew that it was a good one. So do some research into Afghan blanket throws like this. So I saw this one and I thought, well, maybe there's a brand on it. Maybe I'll have a winner. And then I started to unfold it a little bit. And I saw these words. And I went, Taylor. I only know one Taylor. So then I unfolded it a little more. And sure enough, it said Swift. And that's as far as I went. And then I Googled Taylor Swift blanket. And there were none for sale on eBay. So I thought, well, bummer. I'll just check solds. There were 5 solds in the last 90 days. Comps ranged from, there was one that sold for $30, and I don't know why. A couple of $100 ones, and a couple that had been listed over $150, but a best offer was accepted, so I don't know what they sold for. But I don't care. It was marked $2.49, so even for $30, I'm going to take it. So I brought it home. I laid it out. I inspected it. Ran it through the dryer to get any dust out of it. Lint. I didn't wash it. I'm trying to show you. It's Taylor Swift. There's her ear. Here's her eye. Oh, where is it? There we go. There's Taylor. And so I listed it at 10:30 on a Tuesday morning. And by about midnight that night, I listed it for $125. I had an $80 offer. And I thought, cool. I'll counter 100 because others had sold for 100. So I knew that was a fair price. And they counted 85. And I thought, I'm not playing that game. $5 increase. So I counted 100 again and heard nothing. And then at about noon, lunchtime the next day, so about 27 hours after listing, it sold for full price, $125. So, don't whiz. Gee, Heidi. Walk through the linen section and see if you find a really beautiful print. It might be a Ralph Lauren sheet that somebody's been looking for. See if you find a blanket. It might be Mick Jagger. I don't know. Do a little research. Look for Granny Square Afghans. And I hope you find some great stuff to make great money. Please do the YouTube-y things. And I had a great time. Come back again. Bye, kids.